Welcome back to Real Talk About Feminism, everyone. We're back with another episode. We are diving into possibly the most offensive lingerie ad ever.
Very intrigued by this. Oh, I was like,
No, we are talking about a campaign that a British lingerie company did with some Great Britain rugby players, and people are just in outrage about it, honestly.
was this
So
recent or an old campaign?
this was recent,
Okay.
but we'll get into like some more details about it.
Okay,
And
yay.
yeah, I'm excited.
I
I'm
love doing
excited.
stuff like this.
I loved like researching it, so it was super fun.
Okay, before we get into the main topic, I have a couple hot takes that I need to talk about with you.
Okay.
I have recently seen tankinis coming back.
I saw an ad for one the other day and I didn't know how to feel.
No, I'm not okay about it because, first off, Mormon trauma.
Mhm.
Second, I don't think they're cute. I don't think they're cute. There are some, and some people can pull them off, but for me at
Mhm.
least, I'm like, that's just not flattering for me.
Yeah.
And I hated only having that as an option. Like, that was the closest thing to a bikini.
Mhm.
And so now that I'm seeing it come back, I'm like, please no.
Yeah,
Please
you're
no.
like,
I
I
will
don't want to
not
see that.
participate. No.
I feel like I wouldn't want to do that. But I do feel like if it was like stringy bottoms and like an open back with like little flaps in the front, like as much as possible, making it like a skimpy tankini, I could
Hmm.
see myself possibly trying that, but I really have no desire because I have bikinis.
That's fair. If it was for a photo shoot or like I wanted to look a little more, like, classy or something, I could see
Yeah.
myself wearing that. Or,
Yeah.
like, for, like, vacation beach pictures or something, but
Yeah.
overall, I'm like, I wanna get a nice tan too,
Mhm.
and it just scared me when I saw them coming back. My second hot take is I am getting over the trend of, like, I'm a 25-year-old teenager. Like, can we stop with that? Can we not do that anymore?
I love that you bring this up because I literally saw a video the other day on TikTok, and this girl was like, she was being so serious, but she was like, I'm just a 28-year-old teen mom. And I was like, okay,
You're not.
you're pushing 30 at this point. And like there's nothing wrong with that. Like I've heard 30s are the best time of your life. Like, but you're not a teen mom.
Right, like, your 20s are almost dead. You're
Yeah.
not a teen mom. There's this one creator, and I love her content, but it irks me because on most of her videos, she does cooking stuff, she'll put, "What I cook for my husband, in a day as a 25-year-old teenager." I'm like, "Hey, it's funny if you're, like, 20 like, up to 23, I think. But, like, for me,
Yeah.
I'm past that. I'm 24 now, I'm past that.
Mhm.
I joke and say that I'm a 24-year-old teenager when I'm listening to Olivia Rodrigo, but that's the exception, and that's only because I think of the Jamie Lee Curtis from Freaky Friday meme.
Yes.
That is the only
Yes.
time it is acceptable for me.
Honestly, okay, speaking of Freaky Friday, I am so excited
I'm so
for the
excited.
remake. Or I don't think it's a remake. Is it just like a sequel?
I think it's like a reboot. Yeah,
Yeah.
sequel type thing.
I can't wait. I'm like, I love Jamie Lee Curtis.
I need to freaking watch Scream Queens again. I need some Dean Munch energy.
I started rewatching it recently and then like I fell off. I only watched like a few episodes because I was like, I just need a little funny. But I
And
feel
it's so out of pocket.
well, we're about to enter Halloween and like spooky season fall. And so we have Chaneloween,
Yes, we have
those
Chanel.
vibes. Yeah.
Yes. You know
I'm
what I
definitely
just
gonna be
watched
rewatching.
yesterday?
What?
Speaking of Halloween, I rewatched Beetlejuice.
Scary.
No, no, it's funny because the new one's coming out, and I was like, I've seen this one time so long ago. I was
Mhm.
entertained.
Okay, maybe I just have only seen it when I was Mormon. I only saw, like, clips of it, and I was like, "What is
Watch it
this?"
again. Watch it again,
Okay.
and I knew, as I was watching it, I was thinking of you in my head saying, "She's so angsty."
Okay, wait, is the girl Winona Ryder?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I will have to watch. I actually just, took one of your recommendations for shows, and I am
Which
on
one?
episode 7, I think, of White Lotus.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And
Yes. Season 1?
yes, yeah, it's really good. I feel like I can say this one
Yeah,
thing, like, it's been out.
yeah.
Um, like, what are they on, season 3 or something now?
I think they're
Um,
filming season 3.
yeah, so, I'm at the part right now where the friend, um, she, like, set up that whole, like, break-in thing with that guy to get the $75,000
Yeah.
bracelet, and then he just got caught. So right now, Sydney Sweeney is onto her and is like, "So weird that you put your necklace in there and then, like, it got stolen." And so that's what's happening right now. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it gets intense. It's
It's
good
really
though.
good though.
It's
Yeah,
good.
like, every time something is happening, like, I'm like, "Something bad is gonna happen, and what is it gonna be?" Oh, the other thing I just watched, um, Alexandria Daddario or whatever, um, she just ended it with her husband,
Oh,
and
it's so good.
I'm scared that he's literally gonna kill her or something.
I
I'm
need you
scared.
to text me when you finish the season.
Okay, I will. I'll probably literally finish it tomorrow.
It's really good, and then watch season 2 because um, April, Parks and Rec,
Aubrey
what's her name?
Plaza?
Yes, she's in it, and I love her.
Okay, and, like, I know Haley Lou Richardson is in it,
Mhm,
and Theo James,
mhm.
so I'm like,
Like, a lot of big names.
yeah, a lot of big names that I was not expecting, so
Yeah.
it's pretty good, but yeah, I'll have to watch Beetlejuice now too.
It's good, I've been on a new movie kick because there's
Same.
so much I haven't seen, so anytime someone recommends something, I just add it to my list, and yesterday I watched 3 new movies,
Which
and
ones?
I watched Beetlejuice, that felt like a new movie,
Mhm.
Sixth Sense,
Okay.
and Step Up because 'cause I'd never finished
You
Step
saw
Up.
Step Up? Did
I
you like
watched it.
it?
It was so good.
It's so
It's like
good.
Channing Tatum's such a baby in that.
He's such a baby, but he's so cute and, like, I love that movie. It's
It
such a good
was so
movie.
good. Yeah, yeah,
I think
and
I
then
watched the second one of that, but I don't think I liked it, so
yeah, Cleo was like, the 2nd and the 3rd one, it kinda goes downhill, and I was looking at the covers, is it even Channing Tatum in it?
I don't well, in the second one, Channing Tatum is the older brother, I think. Oh, wait, no.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
But he
I'll
he
probably
does
watch
make an
them.
appearance, I think, but I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. I
I've also been
also go ahead.
well, I was just gonna say I've also been on a new movie kick, and I watched Black Swan,
Okay,
which
we never talked about
we didn't
it.
talk about this.
So what are your thoughts? Because I also recently watched that for the first time.
Oh, you did? Okay. So, I was like, "Okay, I feel like this is bringing a lot of awareness to, like, the intensity of ballet." Um, but also, like, I was like, "She is not healthy."
No, in
Like,
so many ways.
in a lot of ways, like, bad relation unhealthy relationship with her mom.
Mhm.
The whole yeah. I was so shocked by her wet dream scene, basically, but I don't understand, was that a guy? Like, was she actually with a guy?
My interpretation of it was yes. She
That's what I
had
thought.
been with a guy and wanted it to be Mila Kunis, but also I was like, maybe she was just alone?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but that was crazy, and then, like, it was so crazy because at the end, like, I literally thought she killed Mila Kunis, and then it's herself.
That was
Like,
insane. That was such a big twist.
yeah, that I was not expecting, so
I
that
thought
was
she
good.
did so good in that role.
She did, and I was
So
like,
good.
did she have to learn all of this?
Yes, she learned all of that.
Because it looked really good to me, and I'm not a
Yeah.
ballerina, but I was like, "That looks good."
I'm sure there's some things, like, maybe with lifts and stuff, it was a
Mhm.
double. I don't know, but
Yeah.
read a little bit after because I was just so like, "Wow, she did amazing." I wonder if it won
Mhm.
awards. Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I was just doing some research and it said, like, she learned ballet.
Dang. Good for her. Yeah, she did really good in that.
Yeah, it was so good.
I also I watched Love Lies Bleeding. I need you to watch that.
I added it to my list and I saw HBO Max. I'm gonna watch it.
Yes, yeah, because I need to talk about it with someone because that was so crazy. It was an insane
Okay.
movie. And then I watched a 3rd movie recently, and I can't remember what it was, but if it comes to me, I'll say it.
Okay. Interrupt me if you think of it.
Okay.
I recently watched Interstellar for the first time too,
Oh, yes, thoughts.
and that movie was so thought-provoking. I wanna
Mhm.
rewatch it again now that I know how
Same.
it goes in the plot, but it was mind-altering, honestly. I was just, like, so introspective the whole time.
Mhm.
And you had told me that, you were like, "You need to watch it and we need to talk about it because I have so many thoughts."
Yeah. I want to rewatch it as well. Um, it is getting re-released in theaters
I saw that.
for the, like, 10-year anniversary. I think it's in October. So, me and Kendrick are definitely going because that's his favorite movie. Um,
Really? That does not surprise me.
yeah, it's his favorite movie. Like, it's his favorite director, he loves Christopher Nolan, the music, like,
The
he's
music was
did you
amazing.
know that the music, like, the guy who did the score, he just told me this the other day. The person who did the
James
score,
Cameron?
yeah, whoever that is, I don't know.
Mhm.
Um, but he didn't, like, he watched the movie, and then he wrote it, like, what he felt or something, and
That's cool.
most times, like, they already have, like, music options, and then they bring it forth, and but he just watched the whole movie, like, through, and then was like, "This is what it makes me feel." And the music fits so perfectly.
It does, that's probably why.
Yeah.
That definitely added to it. There were
Mhm.
so many times I'm also on my period, but I just was sobbing,
Yeah.
and I was like, "I don't even know why, but this is hitting me." It was just so cool.
Mhm.
I'm really happy I watched that one.
And Timothy Chalamet is randomly in that, right?
Yeah. I was
I
like, "What are you doing here?"
I couldn't tell though if he was the older version of himself or if that was a different actor. Like, I was
No, that was
so
definitely someone else.
okay. I was like, I cannot tell if they just like if he grew a beard or something.
No, that was definitely someone else.
But okay. That's really cool. Yeah, you and Khalil should go see it in theaters when it gets re-released.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I don't know if you saw, but with we're in the middle of the Olympics and the Paralympics right now. So, Olympics just ended and women in the US made up a majority of the medals.
I did see that.
I'm like, I
I was
love
like, "There's
that.
a win."
Yeah, and did you see the other statistic that was like they made up so many medals that if they were their own country, they would have ranked 3rd.
Yes,
Like,
which is so
wow.
cool. And
Uh-huh.
I'm still fascinated, and I know we talked about, like, mothers and being, like, Olympic athletes still, but I'm just so fascinated by that because there were
Mhm.
so many stories that came out,
Yeah.
and I also loved how somebody on TikTok was like, "This Olympics has had the most engagements." And I was like,
Yay.
"Paris, that's so cute."
Yeah, I know, I love it. I can't wait for the Paralympics. It's
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
be so
actually gonna
good.
watch. I've never watched. Have you?
No, but I've never, like I feel like this has been the first time that I've, like, actually sat through and, like, really, really, really dedicated myself to the Olympics,
Okay.
whereas normally, like, it would just be on and,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
no, I was, like, super into it. So, yeah, I'm so excited for the Paralympics. It's gonna be great. I keep seeing going off the thing of, like, mothers and everything, I keep seeing these posts on Facebook. I don't know, I'm, like, on a Facebook kick right now, and I keep seeing these posts, and it's like, Simone Biles announced that she's having a baby with her husband and she's retiring, And I'm like, that's not like, okay, maybe that's some sort of rumor, maybe that will come out. But I'm like, okay, that's been swirling around for like 2 weeks now. And why do we have to assume that like she's pregnant and that's what's going to take her away? You know? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just like, why can't she be successful without having like a speculation that she's pregnant and like is going to have a kid? I don't know.
Yeah. That's interesting.
It was just bugging me. I was like, "You guys need to stop." Like, all these boomers spreading these sharing these, like,
Honestly,
posts that are obviously, like, photoshopped. I'm like, "No,
it's
don't
so
stop spreading
obvious. Like,
rumors."
how do you not see that?
Yeah, I'm like, "What? No, you guys. No." But, yeah, I thought that was really cool. So, yeah, a little shout out to the Olympics. Congrats to all of you Olympians. If any of you are listening, DM us and you can come on the pod. We would love that.
Well, let's get into our obsessions for this week.
Yes. Well, my obsession is I am exploring caffeine a little bit because um I don't know if I've talked about this, but just briefly, I am misdiagnosed and so I'm going through the testing again. And so my two new meds that I'm trying, the instructions are to take them with caffeine and it's like an emergency med, so if I'm like having a flare up.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and so I was like it's like a combination therapy, so it's like this certain class of medication and then caffeine. And I was scared because I was like, that does not seem right. I haven't done that in 4 years and I'm scared. But my first drink was an Arizona green tea and it was
Mm,
so good, just like I remember. And then I also had an iced chai yesterday.
going back to the
So
classic.
yeah, because I've tried iced well, I've tried iced decaf coffee like 3 times and I didn't like it all 3 of the times. So I was like, I don't wanna get an iced coffee because I don't wanna not like it, but I also don't know if it would taste different, like, than decaf. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the flavor's still the same.
So then I don't think I would like it.
It just doesn't have the caffeine. You probably wouldn't.
Yeah. So chai, throwing it back to the classic.
Did you feel anything?
Um I think it helped a little. The medication, um, I mean, and the caffeine, I guess, because it's a combination. But yeah, I don't know. I've tried it 3 times now, so you know, I'm still seeing, but I don't know. It feels fine right now. So it's not like I
That's
like had
good.
like super bad symptoms after like
Yeah,
taking a sip. So that's good.
yeah, good.
What's your obsession?
My obsession is Five Below pillows. They have the cutest
Ooh,
pillows, and I got a really fluffy, comfy dice pillow, and then I got this other pillow
cute.
of, like, a snow leopard with blue eyes, and
Oh,
it's really cute.
that's so cute. Accent pillows and, like, throw pillows are so
Yes.
expensive for no
Dude, I
reason,
know. I know.
and so, yeah, like, we were shopping at HomeGoods. I mean, HomeGoods is kind of expensive anyways, but we were shopping at HomeGoods and TJ Maxx for pillows a few weeks ago, and it was, like, 25, $30 a pillow.
Mhm.
Like, what? But Five Below, I mean, we got our OG pink pillows from Five
Yep.
Below.
Still using it.
And the cherry pillow like, we got cute pillows there, so maybe I'll
Mhm.
have to go and get some.
I love Five Below,
Yeah,
but don't go there if you're on a budget.
I know, because you're like, "Oh, it's
It's
only
dangerous.
$5," and then it's literally, like, $75 later
Yeah.
for, like, cheap stuff.
Honestly, honestly. Well, getting into our feminist highlight for today, it is actually a nonprofit organization, and it's called She, and She stands for Style Her Empowered. It's a women-led grassroots nonprofit that creates sustainable education and employment opportunities for girls and women in Togo, Africa. Girls in rural Togo receive just 2 to 3 years of education on average, with nearly 70% of the rural population living below $1.90 per day. the barriers to education are highest for girls. She focuses on three key areas that ensure girls and women in Togo can thrive long term. And their core pillars are girls' education, women's employment, and sustainability. Since 2017, she has provided 6,095 education sponsorships for girls and created 34 year round jobs for women in Togo. The way that I found out about this company is a reel came up on Instagram, and it was this little girl wearing a school uniform, and the uniform is one that grows each year because education is so limited and the uniforms are not affordable for everybody. I'll share the reel on stories because it's a uniform that, like, as girls get older, there's like certain things that they can unfasten and it grows with them basically. And it's the
Wow.
first company of its kind to create something like that, and that also plays into their core pillar of sustainability. And so I thought that was really cool because they are a nonprofit that's providing employment, education, but also they're focusing on saving the environment. And I really liked that. So
Mhm.
I'll share more information on the story. There's also ways that you can donate to them as well. I think it's a really, really important cause.
That's amazing. And it honestly makes sense because something like a school uniform, kids grow fast anyways. And so it's
Mhm.
like a school uniform that's going to stay the same, like design and stuff.
Yeah,
But every year, why do we need to be buying like expensive new uniforms every year, especially in a place where they don't have as much access to resources and stuff?
right.
So that's amazing. I love that. I can't wait to see the reel.
Yes.
We're going to take a quick break to talk about our sponsor, BetterHelp. There's a lot going on in the world right now, and we can all benefit from having someone to talk to.
Whether you need to work through a specific trauma, talk through a big decision, navigate relationship issues, are struggling with anxiety or depression, or just need someone to talk to, BetterHelp is here for you.
It's a super easy process. You sign up and get matched with a therapist tailored to your needs. There's financial help available if you qualify, and their rates are affordable to ensure that you get the help you need.
BetterHelp has given our listeners 10% off your first month. Use code RTAFPOD for 10% off therapy services. And you can also click the link in our show notes to get there very easily. Again, that's code RTAFPOD for 10% off therapy services.
All right. Well, getting into our main topic, we are talking about the Blue Bella Strong is Beautiful campaign. So, Blue Bella is a lingerie nightwear company um, based in Great Britain. And they have been doing this campaign called Strong is Beautiful for the last 8 years. So basically, they partner with female athletes, like big female athletes in Great Britain, and they have the athletes model the lingerie while doing their sport to and the hope is that um younger girls will see that and be like, "Oh, like I can still be feminine and do sports and like I don't have to just be like this specific body type. Like I can be anything and still be beautiful."
I love that.
Yeah. So, I took a little excerpt from their website. So, they said female strength, dedication, and commitment are the name of the game in our hashtag Strong is Beautiful campaign. The idea that strength and femininity are mutually exclusive is problematic even beyond sports. We seek to demonstrate that they can go hand in hand. I love.
I love that. Can I say one thing?
Yes.
This is bringing thoughts about the Olympics once again, because I know that there were a lot of creators, like more like body positive influencers, that were pointing out that the Olympics is such a great example of body diversity and how the term athletic is not like a one size thing. Like,
Mhm.
you can be athletic and not be the ideal athlete body type that we typically think of.
Right.
And I really like this concept.
Right, because there's different types of strength and
Mhm.
there's not just one type. And so, like, a swimmer is an athlete just as much as a shot put thrower is an athlete, even though they have completely different body body types. Like,
Mhm.
and so yeah, I love that you bring that up. I saw um the other day very similar to that. It was um this was talking about race, but it was like racist people want to prove that diversity makes us worse, but the Olympics just prove that diversity makes us better.
Mhm. I freaking love
So
the Olympics.
I know, I know. I'm like,
It's so uniting.
it is. So, yeah. So going back to this campaign, like I said, it's been running for 8 years with different athletes, different British athletes. And so this year's campaign specifically, Bluebella partnered with three different um, women from the Great Britain rugby team. Their names are Celia Consaw, Ellie Boatman, and Jasmine Joyce. So those are the three models. And in the video, so you go to the webpage, we'll link it in the show notes. I highly recommend everyone check it out. You click on the web page, it takes you to the shop and everything, but the promo video is all three of them doing different, like, they look like kind of like drills to me, um in like while modeling the lingerie. And they just look like so muscular and like beautiful, and this like the duality in them is just so inspiring to me. And the coolest thing about the video is at one point they do, like the hoist in the air that they do in rugby to like catch it.
No.
Okay, you'll have to watch. You'll have to
Okay.
watch. But they'll like lift their teammates up like by the hips, like their
Mm.
shorts. And anyways, so they did that and I was just like, wow, I'm obsessed with this. So that was really cool. But obviously, there are a lot of haters out there because the article that I initially read about it, so it's going to be in the show notes, but um, the author was obviously not into this campaign, but he was like, you would think it like the campaign was just like basically some random photographer that was creepy and horny and wanted to just like look at girls in lingerie. And I was like, you're not getting the point of the campaign. It's strong is beautiful. The
Mhm.
focus is the focus is not on the lingerie. I mean, obviously they're advertising for it, but it's like you said, like you don't have to have a specific body type to be an athlete, and they're showcasing that with these three amazing athletes on their national rugby team.
Mhm.
So, in some of like the quotes that they had on the website from the players, they talked a lot about their proudest moments and challenges that they have faced while competing. Um, and I also love that while they're modeling, they are wearing the lingerie and then they have their like tall socks and their cleats on still. So
I
just
love
like
that.
further like showing like the duality. And I thought this was very interesting because Bluebella has this linked on their website, and this is a big reason for them doing the campaign. So, this is a statistic from the Women in Sport survey from 2022, and it says nearly half of girls drop out of sports after age 13 and are 3 times more likely to drop out of sports than boys, with self-belief and body image concerns found to be key issues. So, like, when you look at that statistic and then you look at the campaign, it makes so much sense to me.
Mhm.
And so the people that are like all up in arms, I'm like, okay, that statistic that girls are more likely 3 times more likely to drop out of sports than boys, and it's with self-belief and body image issues as the main concern, like, that's a big deal because you look at, like, these Olympic athletes, these female athletes, and if they would've, felt the same, like, body image issues, which I'm sure that they all do,
Mhm.
but if they would've stopped their sport, they never would've made it that far,
Mhm.
and it's just sad to think that all of these girls, like, they could have been the next Olympic athlete, and because of some very real issues, they drop out. And so I think that this campaign actually raises a lot of really good awareness for that sort of stuff.
And sports have actually been proven to increase self-esteem in girls. It's actually a very healthy thing for girls because it helps increase confidence, helps increase strength. There's so many positives to it. Helps with like teamwork and
Mhm.
collaboration, like just so many positives that come from participating in sports as a young girl.
Right.
I want to bring up our queen, Ilona.
Ilona.
Her hashtag Beast Beauty Brains really encapsulates this whole conversation of the duality of being feminine but also being strong.
Mhm.
And follow her if you need a boost of confidence because she talks about this quite often, and she will share messages that she gets from people who are so mean to her and
I
so
know.
judgmental of her body and the way she looks instead of appreciating her talent and her strength and the hard work she puts in. And I
Mhm.
just love how she puts out messages like she'll say like to the men who make these comments, but like a lot of the times it is men who are like you can't be feminine and be athletic, which is so
Mhm.
not true. And also, what even is femininity? Like that looks different for everybody.
Exactly. Like,
So,
it is so different. That is so true. She I love Ilona. She's
dude, same.
amazing. Um, I'm so happy that they medaled. That was their first medal.
Yeah,
So, that's
good for them.
exciting. But yeah, like athletes like Ilona, like these other rugby players for Great Britain, like really being trailblazers for like showing the feminine strength. And I thought it was so dumb because people were like comparing it to like an OnlyFans shoot. And I was like, come on. Like, it's not like it's basically a
Provocative.
swimsuit. Yeah. Like, I'm
Yeah,
like, it's not like they're trying to be all sexy. They're
yeah.
literally doing warm-up drills and stuff. Like, it was cool. So, I don't know. I wanted to ask for well, actually, before I ask for your official ruling on if it's empowering to girls or not, I wanted to read this quote. So, someone said, if strong is beautiful, get strong and wear whatever you like to hold your boobs steady. Yes, it should be entirely acceptable for young women to have muscles and enjoy chasing a muddy ball and still feel attractive, but there's no equivalent ad campaign for men, permitting rugby internationals to indulge their whim for sexy underwear so ladies will still like them.
I'm gathering my thoughts.
Mhm.
I can see why people would say that because what is the equivalent for men? But men don't face this issue.
Exactly. So why are we
There's
comparing?
not this narrative of you can't be masculine and be athletic. That actually goes hand in hand.
Right. Like,
Like,
that's actually so true. I was gonna bring up just briefly the boxer, the female boxer that everyone was like
yes,
questioning her
that
gender.
pissed me off.
I know, simply because she is a strong woman. And it's like, why are we associating strength or athleticism with men? So yeah, you're exactly right. Like, why isn't there an equivalent? Because men are, I guess, the standard.
Right. They
Like,
men, the masculine and men in society's eyes embody strength,
Mhm.
and women are still seen as like more the weaker sex, more
Mhm.
gentle, and those traits aren't associated with strength.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
men do not have that like double standard going on. Like if I say I want my male partner to be athletic, we all know what that looks like.
Mhm.
I don't have to go into detail. Like an image comes forth already.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. I think it's very empowering because, as we've said, you can be sexy, you can be pretty, you can be gorgeous, beautiful, and still be strong, athletic, have muscles. Just because you have muscles doesn't mean you're not feminine.
Right. I
And
agree with you.
I think this also, as I briefly mentioned, I think this also brings up the conversation of what does being feminine actually mean? Because to me, being feminine means you're confident. Like you exude your own confidence. And that
Mhm.
looks different for everybody. It should look different for everybody.
Yeah. I love that. I love that you brought that up because it really should look different for everybody. There should not just be one standard across the board for anyone, any person, that this is what this should feel like to you or this is what this should look like. So, yeah, I think that's a perfect way to sum it up. Like, I think it's empowering as well. It's inspiring me. And yeah, I just love it. I love the campaign. I love that they've done it for 8 years, and I really just can't wait to see what they do for it next year.
Same. I'm going to watch it after this. My other thought is that this also just feels like the people in the comments who are haters, who aren't supportive of this, lack some elements of self control because it's like you can't just see a woman in lingerie and immediately go to like the creepy
Right.
aspect. Like you can't just objectively look at an ad campaign and think about the fact that this could actually help a lot of girls feel confident and realize I can still feel sexy if I have muscles. I can still feel sexy doing XYZ, and it's being
Mhm.
demonstrated because these very well-known athletes that are confident and strong are wearing lingerie.
Mhm. Yeah, I totally agree. I think you put that so well. And I genuinely think that this will help girls. I really do because it just shows, yeah, it just shows like feminine strength and all of these. I feel like they're obviously like not everything is perfect, but I would, if I had a daughter, I would love for her to see that.
Me too. I want my daughter's role models to definitely be athletes for sure.
Mhm.
I think if you are a person who watches a campaign and compares it to an OnlyFans video or OnlyFans
Mhm.
content, you're completely missing the point.
Right. And
You're
plus,
not understanding the message.
no, yeah, you're literally just looking at the visuals. You're not actually
Like
understanding.
it's not for the male gaze at all.
No,
That's not the
exactly.
intention.
Exactly. Yes, I totally agree.
My final verdict is that it is empowering.
Same. So, gavel banging on empowering.
We need a sound machine.
Yeah, we really do. Before we end, I wanted to give a quick shout out to the people that gave us some exciting life updates. So, I put a little question box on the story earlier and asked for you guys to share those with us. And so, anonymously, we got two submissions. So, one of our listeners is about to start her second year of law school. So,
Congrats.
congratulations, Elle Woods.
Honestly,
That's
good
so
luck to
exciting.
you.
And then another listener said, we rescued a ball python, and now our cat and snake stare at each other all day, deciding who could eat the other. And submitted a photo, and I can't show it because it'll show the names, but they're just staring at each other, like the snake and the cat.
That's hilarious. I feel like the snake and cat energy is really funny.
I know. I'm like, because like, what is the snake gonna do? And also, what is the cat gonna do?
Right.
Like, they can literally just look at each other. That
That
is
is so
fun.
funny. I feel like us having a pet snake at one point in our childhood is part of our lore.
And having a blue lobster.
Yeah, I have very vague memories of that.
I just remember the pond, I feel like.
I do too.
But like, I remember that. Yeah, I'm like, that's a
That
fever dream.
was
But
so funny.
it's so fun.
Well, that is it for our episode today, but we will be back in 2 weeks with a brand new episode. And check out the show notes, watch the video. If you're on Spotify and you're watching or listening on that platform, there's a comment section now. That's a new feature that you can interact with us and leave comments. So leave comments with your thoughts on this episode and your verdict on whether this campaign is empowering to women.
And with that, we will be back in 2 weeks. Bye, everyone.
Bye.